I am as far beyond mutants as they are beyond you. Sorry guys, just really love giving that line. Anyway, welcome back to Veterinary Review. I'm your host Jay Will, and I'm going to be giving you guys another figure review today on the Marvel Select Apocalypse figure. At first I was kind of skeptical about getting this guy because I didn't really like his proportions, the way his shoulders and are kind of bunched up and the way his head's kind of big for his body a little bit, in my opinion anyway. But after playing around with this guy and having him in hand, I am stoked. He is insane. This is a awesome figure, and I'm super glad to have him. Worth every bit of the $36 or so that I paid for him. So I'm gonna take him off his stand here, slide it to the side, slide him back. And before I get into the video a little bit, guys, go ahead and subscribe for me. Hit the like button if you can, comment your thoughts after the video, and hit the notification bell so that way you guys can be looped in and in the know about any upcoming videos I got coming down the pipeline, and that way you guys can be made aware and in the loop for any raffle programs and deals I'm getting ready to implement for you guys. I'm getting onesies and twosies here and there of different figures, so that way I get one for me and one for you guys that I know you guys are going to love. So yeah, you guys want to be in on that. So without further ado, let's get into it a little bit. Taking a quick look at the packaging here. Got the Marvel Select, nice big bold window front packaging here. Marvel's Apocalypse, collector figure accessory. Got some artwork right there in the front, a little corner right there. Swing around to the back. Got some nice artwork of the figure. Mine is a little bit damaged, like some paper missing or whatever. Not a big deal. I kind of expected as much with the Select boxes. Got a little bit of a read up if it will focus for you guys. Go ahead and read it now. We'll pause it now. But yeah, other than that, not a whole lot else. Oh yeah, I do have another piece of artwork right there on that side as well. Yeah, Marvel Select Apocalypse. Nice packaging. Put that to the side, and let's bring this guy a little bit closer. Do a quick comparison, guys. I know you guys really want to see this. We're going to bring in all my Apocalypse figures that I have so far, minus the one I have in my raffle, of course, for you guys. I'm going to bring in the Retro Card Apocalypse that just came out not too long ago. I'm going to bring in the Age of Apocalypse, Deluxe Apocalypse that I got a while ago. And let's go ahead and bring in the Build-A-Figure Apocalypse that came out some years ago. This, I believe, came out maybe like 5, 6, 7 years ago, somewhere in there. Maybe like 5 years ago. Build-A-Figure. I think it's about 5. I know for a fact now that it's pretty expensive because I looked at the Build-A-Figure set online for that Build-A-Figure Apocalypse, and it's like $400, maybe $500 now just for that set. So that's pretty cool. And man, this is a nice little setup, guys. Having 4 different apocalypses here. Apocalypse, Apocalypse, however you want to say the plural version of Apocalypse. But yeah, they all look pretty cool together. I definitely have a different way to display each of them. He stays in storage right now, like in a plastic bag, in a little bucket somewhere. But yeah, just a great look all around. Just Apocalypse frenzy here. Gonna go ahead and bring these guys back out. And gonna go ahead and compare them with some Marvel Legends figures that are a little bit smaller. Let's put them with the VHS Cyclops that just came out not too long ago, and we have the Tiger Stripe Wolverine that I believe was a part of the Build-A-Figure Apocalypse wave. Yeah, it was. Memory serves. He came with the hoses, these 2 hoses on the back of this Apocalypse. So yeah, I do have the Can of Beams custom claws installed on mine though. So you can just see how big this guy is, how he stacks up against regular size Marvel Legends figures. And just to throw in also his arch nemesis Cable here. You can see how those 2 stack up together. For those of you guys that don't really know, there's a nice little history between Apocalypse and Cable. They have a kind of a which came first kind of deal, with the which came first, chicken or the egg kind of deal, where Apocalypse infected Cable with the techno-organic virus in the present day. Then Cable went back in time, which is why, of course, a segue, which is why, of course, Cable has the cybernetic arm here and the face and neck pieces that are turning cybernetic, with the eye and everything being cybernetic, because Apocalypse infected him with the cybernetic or techno-organic virus, which started taking over his body. So he had to use a good portion of his powers to keep that virus at bay, keep it from taking over his body completely. But he went back in time to kill Apocalypse way back in the beginning before he became so powerful, and ended up infecting Apocalypse with the techno-organic virus. So you kind of don't know, because of the time loop situation, which came first, who infected who first. So there you go. And as far as accessories go, this guy comes with quite a few accessories that are super fun to play around with, and I'm definitely glad to have them because of this. He comes with, of course, his kind of come hither kind of slash grippy hands right here that he's already equipped with, and he comes with this kind of a drill bit kind of hand that he can use to kind of like just knock holes in things or drill through things, or gruesomely unalive people. Then he comes with this claw hand with the nice little I guess stinging or like kind of puncturing bit right here in the middle, that, as you guys saw in my thumbnail, is almost perfectly sized to fit the waist of a Marvel Legends. So that is a nice little bit of ingenuity on Marvel Select's part, that they decided to make him a claw that would go around a Marvel Legends figure's waist. And of course he has enough stability in his joints and everything to actually hold the weight of the Marvel Legends figure. So you can definitely have him on display holding someone in this claw here. And he also comes with this kind of mace piece right here. It plugs right into the end of his hand, so you don't have to remove this entire forearm piece. Others you do have to remove the forearm piece, but this piece you do not. And it comes with a set of down to business hands in case he just wants to get personal with somebody that's like just really ticked him off. And it's like pounding their faces in. But yeah, and both the sets of hands have the same back and forth articulation piece, so they just like flex back and forth like that. But yeah, a nice little setup, and these are super fun. You can go on either hand, of course, and super fun to have. And you can, of course, play around with them and swap them around from piece to piece. And also, from what I've seen in other reviews and videos and whatnot, if I can pop his head off here. Guys, just give me a second, guys. Man, he's really tight on there. Oh, I rubbed some paint off. My bad. Huh. Mine is super stiff or super tight, guys. But what I've seen with my own two eyes is that you can pop off this head and put on the Marvel Legends head, the spare head that I have. I believe this head size is better with the body, because the peg hole is the same size inside both heads, so you can pop on a Marvel Legends Apocalypse head, and I believe this definitely sizes better with this body mold. But yeah, mine is a little bit rough right now. I did spin his head around inside of his collar piece and kind of rub some paint off right there on his chin, but not a big deal. I can probably cover that up myself. But another cool thing about these Apocalypse figures is that I've also seen that you can swap these parts out on the other Apocalypse figures as well. So you pop that right on out and put the select pieces on the Marvel Legends piece. So that right there makes this select figure worth almost twice the value, because of the fact it comes with so many more accessories that can work with the Marvel Legends Apocalypse figures. So that's cool. That is super cool. Now if I can just find some kind of adapter piece to put the drill bits on this Apocalypse, that'll be pretty awesome. So yeah, pretty stoked about that. And of course you can swap the heads back and forth, the hands of course back and forth between the Select and the Marvel Legends Apocalypse figures. So that's pretty cool. That just increased the playability and value of this figure like tenfold, because you got so many options that you can use for this figure. And so going back to this figure here, back to the man of the hour, looks pretty good. Nice detailing and paint all the way through, aside from the chin paint that I kind of rubbed off. Mine did come with a little bit of black paint on his teeth right there, but that's not a big deal for me. because I'm probably going to be trying to work after this video to pop that head off and put the Marvel Legends head, spare head on that I have. But pretty nice line work all the way through, nice details, nice musculature. Like I said, I was skeptical because the shoulders seem kind of like too close together for how big his head is, so that's why I'm going to go with the smaller head. It looks more realistic. But getting down to articulation wise, his head can't really look up very far. That's about as far as you can get, but you can't look down that far. Side to side motion with a good range of head tilt on a dumbbell joint, so you can get a little bit of articulation out of that. The shoulders can move up to the sides, super stiff. Let me just take that out for a second. About that far. All the way down, well, about that far stops. You can go all the way around. Get bicep swivel. You get a single jointed elbow that can go up to 90 degrees if you really work for it. Mine, like I said, are very stiff. Of course, you get a little bit of more articulation for the forearm guard because of the fact that it comes off. So you get a little bit of rotation. You get a lot of rotation in there, of course, and then all the pieces, extra pieces, just peg in a little hole right there at the bottom of the forearm. And you do that for, of course, the claw and drill bit. And then, of course, you get wrist rotation with the back and forth motion, like I mentioned before, on both the sets of regular hands. Then you get a diaphragm joint as well. That's also very tight, but you do get it's there. You can rotate, pivot all the way around. Doesn't really crunch back far though, that I've seen so far. I don't want to risk breaking it, but about that far back. It's not really. Crunches forward about that far. You get a waist cut as well. Get legs that kick out to the sides very far for a big guy. That's pretty awesome. Kicks forward pretty far too. And it kicks backward just a little bit. Upper thigh cut. Get a single jointed knee that's also very tight. Bends in about 90 degrees or close to 90 degrees. No boot cut that I'm seeing. Don't want to risk snapping anything that's not supposed to snap. But of course, due to the knee joint, it rotates as well, so you can get a pivot out of that or twist out of that at the knee. Then you get a ball joint down at the bottom. It's very similar to the McFarlane joints. So the ball is independent of both the shin and the foot, so you can rotate the ball on its own, but you can also rotate the foot on the ball and get different points or different ways to articulate the foot. With, of course, ankle pivot and up and down motion. So you get a good range of playability, or should I say a great range of playability with this figure. Definitely glad to have him. I don't know if I want to make him my definitive Apocalypse yet, but he definitely has to have somewhere on my display to go. The Age of Apocalypse, he already has his own spot to go in my display, so that's obvious. He goes with this Age of Apocalypse Build-A-Figure wave, the two waves that come as a part of that line. The original Build-A-Figure, excuse me, this piece popped off his neck. This Build-A-Figure, it's pretty much going to stay in storage right now because he's kind of like old or kind of obsolete. And this Apocalypse is definitely going on display with my X-Men classic 90s cartoon villains. So yeah, but definitely this guy has to find his own spot in my display. Has to, with just because of what he is and what he can do. Definitely has earned his own place and his own privilege in my display. But as far as definitive Apocalypse figures, it's going to be between these two, with me leaning more in the favor of this guy, Retro Apocalypse, because I like the color scheme, a lot more vibrant, a lot more cartoon reminiscent. So, but yeah, thank you guys for stopping by, checking out our review on this guy. He is a awesome figure for the point of price point of about 36 bucks. I highly recommend you guys pick this guy up. If I can, I'll probably get another one to go on the raffle, so one of you guys out there have a chance to win one. And so yeah, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share your thoughts, please, guys. I'm doing what I can here, guys. I'm doing my best here. And so yeah, you guys stay safe out there and come back and see what I got next. Later.